So, but anyways, usually I do 3 chapters of Ghost Reaper Girl, but right now this is 10 point something. Like basically this happens between chapters 2 and 3, and you can see false expectations, strange self-consciousness. So basically this is no, you know, this is kind of cute. Basically it's Chloe Love. She's got 2 guys that she likes, and she's like kind of teasing them that, you know, she's going to take a shower, you know, they have to sleep in separate beds, but she's attracted to both of them. She kind of wants them to sneak a peek. This is the first time she's had like men in her house. She's starting to think that, hey, they can phase through walls, they could probably just see her anyway. So it's just like a few pages, and you can kind of see, like, it's kind of cute. Kai's a gentleman, so he wanted to peek, and, you know, she's attracted to both of them. So even though they're different in their own way, she's still attracted. She still finds both of them attractive. So it's kind of cute. But yeah, I was annoyed because I wanted 3 chapters, so I'm only going to do 10. 2 chapters. So this is chapter 10, and they call this one like magic. And you can see this is a nice shot of that Shoggoth. And there's Chloe. Chloe's combined with Noel right there to have more speed. And you can see they're fighting the tentacle monster at the end. This is the end of the chapter. Nice shot of her shoes there and stuff. Nice little rear of Chloe. She's very attractive. So basically this chapter that we learned that basically Shoggoth is like the magic girl. She sees like the magical girl. She was like the killing doll. She was like a heartless assassin. And she, like one of these guys, either he was a perv or he was serious, was talking like, begging her to spare his life because he wanted to spend time with his child on her birthday, and he was going to watch DVDs with her favorite shows and everything. So I'll leave that for you to decide, but she beheads him and she doesn't blink an eye. So she's a killing machine. She has no friends. She's not friendly with anyone. You know what I mean? So it's like very interesting, you know. So Dr. West, which is basically from like Reanimator, he's saying like, you know, she's just a killing machine. And so what happens is Chloe decides she's going to work with her, but when she steps close, she didn't realize, and you know, she gets slashed, so she's wounded, and then she saves Shoggoth from this thing when it tries to attack her. She tackles it. So Shoggoth is thankful, so she actually has the ability to heal, so that's her skill. She has a skill in healing, and so she heals Chloe, and now they're like friends, and they're cute friends, they're a cute couple. So chapter 10 was pretty decent. It's basically just them fighting the tentacle monster, and then eventually teaming up in a flashback of Shoggoth, so you can see what Shoggoth's life was before West turned her into the thing that she is now. So yeah, you know, so that was chapter 10. You know, basically not much happened, you know what I mean? It's kind of like another chapter, like whatever. No offense. Chapter 11 is changes, and this is kind of cool because it's like, now they're allies. You know, I couldn't ask for a better ally. They look really good together. So whether they're friends or whether they're a couple, like, see, there's some, you know, for people that wants them to be a little couple, there's some hope over there. Maybe she'll play the field club, you know what I mean? But so basically, Reanimator West is basically, he can't believe that she's cooperating with someone, and he actually likes it. He ends up crying. So he's actually glad that Shoggoth actually has a friend now. She's working with somebody. You know what I mean? She's just not killing everybody now. So basically, this chapter, he shows himself to be a little bit more useful. He ascertains that the tentacled monster is basically using like slime. It's like animating slime, so it can like keep coming back. And the only way to defeat it is to use a skill. Through the blood, in this case, can only be used when Chloe Love is combined with Kai, and that in her Ghost Reaper Girl form, as most people know it to be. But right now she's with Noel, so that she has the speed to avoid the attacks, because in Kai's form she's too slow. So this shows her to be a good dominant, because she's making use of both her subs, instead of making them feel like one is worthless and one is better than the other. So basically she divides a plan, which I'm going to show you in a little bit, which is pretty cool. You know, she's going to use both of their abilities to get close enough to do the strike. So this is going to be where she does a transformation on the fly, which is actually pretty cool. So you know what? Let's actually go to that. This is her doing the transformation. So you can see she's in the Noel form, the one with the cat. There's Reanimator Westwatch, and then boom, she turns into the form that we know, the Ghost Reaper Girl form. And it's a really cool transformation. So she uses Noel's ability, her sub Noel, to get close enough to the creature, and then Kai, listening to his master, being a good servant, a good submissive, does exactly what his master tells him to do when she tells him to do it without hesitating, as a good, you know, as he does. And that's the result. So she takes the risk, she does that, she dives at the creature, gets close enough, turns into Kai with the Through the Blood, and she does the Through the Blood. She manages to most likely pierce what looks like to be the nucleus on the next page. Some acrobatic stuff. I mean, you should really check out the chapter. I'm hoping the first chapter sales do pretty good, so I won't go Street Girl to keep going. It's my favorite manga right now. Chainsaw Man's still around. It's moving to the other manga ad, but yeah, I mean, you can see that. Chloe Love looks really good there. She has nice shoes. I'm sure Noel gets to lick those shoes clean, keep them nice and spotless, and suck on those little heels of hers. But this is pretty cool because you get to see both forms of Chloe on the same basically spread, and she's going from one form to the other on the fly. So it's kind of cool when she does the transformation. I guess like a Sailor Moon or whatever. But you can see she keeps the shoes. She always keeps those cute little shoes that she has. Got it always nice and shiny, probably from Noel and Kai licking them. Hopefully, right? But no. Seriously, it's kind of cool because you get to see like certain constants of her outfits and things that change. It's mostly her like clothes that change and her abilities. So I'm hoping Noel eventually gets to have a skill that he can use when he's combined with her. Because when he was the Soul Eater, he could basically literally eat ghosts. So he had the skill of actually like eating the ghosts. Like the soul reaper, or the soul consumer, or the soul, I'd have to look that up to be, really accurate. But so I'm hoping that eventually her and Noel will develop another skill, or she'll get another weapon where she can use a skill with Noel. Right now, Noel just kind of helps her avoid, gives her a lot of speed, lets her do an acrobatic types of things, so she can get maybe areas she might not be able to tie. But yeah, you know what? This is a pretty good chapter. It's a bummer that we only got 2, and then we had that little half chapter. So I figured I'd do the 2 chapters. And you know what? You should really check out Ghost Reaper Girl. It's got the best art. It's got the best female characters. Daoloth Otep's down in these last 2 issues, so that's a bit of a bummer. But I think Shoggoth will be relatively popular. You know what I mean? I want to try to shake her hands or anything like that. She's got swords, like swords, But yeah, this is definitely probably one of the coolest spreads. And you can see both of her. I mean, maybe I could have did without Rihanna May the West. Maybe it would have been cool to see Shoggoth looking at her. A bunch of like pretty girls together. But yeah. So this is how she's starting to use her abilities. She's starting to come into her own as a woman. She's a dominant woman. She's a compassionate dominant woman. She's not a mean, sadistic dominant woman. She made both her subs useful. She made both her subs feel meaningful. She didn't make it like a showgirls thing where one pushes the other one down the stairs. Noel originally transformed into that so that she could escape. So that shows Kai was being unselfish. And then Noel being unselfish because they're both submissive to her. They both serve her. They're both there to make her life better. He instantly did what had to be done, got her close enough, and then Kai instantly did what he had to do. They did the transformation, and they end up defeating the enemy. So it was really nice to see Shoggoth and Hug developing a nice relationship. That's probably the only friend she's had in her entire life, for both of them. Well, whether they're sisters or whether they're going to have like a romantic relationship or fool around, whatever. Anything's fine with me. I have no problem with that. But yeah, so check out Ghost Reaper Girl. It's the best manga right now, and yeah, if it doesn't get enough support, it'll do enough sales in Volume 1, and there might not be much left, but I hope it keeps going. And yeah, these 2 chapters are pretty decent. Just a little impatient waiting for some conclusions, and I'm interested to see where it goes from here. And yeah, thanks. Take care.